Hello, my name is Ruth Fletcher, and I've been writing for quite a while. Mostly, I write nonfiction. I've done a column for the Sault Star for the past 18 years, and I also write poetry. I did publish one poetry book, and throughout my nonfiction pieces, you'll find poetry. My publishing process has been very interesting. It took me quite a few years to decide that I wanted to publish. It's a pretty scary thing. And after investigating all the options that I could find online, looking around, going to publishing companies, I finally decided I wanted to do it myself with local people. So I garnered up my family and friends, and my husband Ward Conway, who's amazing editor, plus the whole team at Cliff Printing. They've been so helpful, and Leanne there helps me with the layout, and everyone there is fantastic to work with. So I use Cliff Printing on Spring Street, and what I found works best for me, I'll do a run of 100 copies, and when I sell 100, I'll do another run of 50 or so, and that way I'm not worried about having books in the attic. And I'd rather do that than, plus it gives me an opportunity to personally know people that are interested, and it's all local material that I've been doing this so far. So I'm pretty happy with my publishing process. It's worked. Actually, when I was in grade 1 at King Edward School, which is now no more, it was on John Street, one of those big, beautiful sandstone buildings that you see around the city. And my teacher, Miss Diamonds, asked the class, talked to us about writing stories. And I didn't know what it meant to write a story. So I went home that night and sat around the supper table with my family, and I asked them, what's about writing stories. And my brother, who always made me laugh, started joking about a story about a little peppermint family. And that evening, I was really excited. I got out a big piece of foolscap, which is long 11 by 14, 17 paper, drew the lines with my pencil, wrote the story, The Little Peppermint, and it felt so good to be writing. I had no idea that that's what a writer was. And that's when I had the feeling of being a writer. I didn't realize till later on, perhaps when I was teaching, that I was a writer. And I still have the little story somewhere in a box. Wow, that's tough to pick, because there's so many books that you read, and even if you don't love the whole book, there's part of it you're going, yeah. But the one that I picked mostly this year has to do with my love of nature and the outdoors, and it's called The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs by Steve Brusatte. And I just came upon it, luckily, thanks to this library, which is a wonderful place. I got it out of the new read shelf, and it follows the evolution of the dinosaurs from tiny creatures that they grew from to their extinction. All kinds of brand new data. It was amazing, and the way Brusatte writes, by the end of the book, I felt like he was a good friend, and we could all sit around and get all these wild stories about archaeologists and fossils and paleontology. I highly recommend it. It's for an adult lay reader who's interested in any kind of science, or just knowing what people are doing up there. It's great. The two of my books are here at the library, the Puckasaw Diaries and Interpretations, my book of poetry. Two of my books, the Puckasaw Diaries and my latest book, Bush Music, are available at Sing Meat on the corner of Queen and Pilgrim. The great folks there are really kind, and they're selling my books for me, so you can ask in there. And I mostly want to thank this library and the whole Author Palooza organization that's happening. And If Sault Ste. Marie is the heart of the Great Lakes, then this library is the heart